Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Today, we're going to be looking at Pacific Biosciences of California, ticker symbol PACB.
Okay.
And they are in the genomics space, specializing in long-read DNA sequencing, a technology that's rapidly gaining traction. So why should this be on your investing radar? Well, PACB presents a fascinating mix of potential and challenges. We're going to untangle their recent stock performance, dive into some exciting developments, but also confront the financial hurdles and competition they face.
Yeah, what's really interesting about PACB is its volatility. The stock closed at $1.87 on February 18th, 2025, a slight 1.08% bump from the previous day.
Okay.
But if you zoom out over the past year, you see a roller coaster ride.
Oh, really?
Between $1.16 and $6.09.
Whoa.
That's a dramatic swing for any investor to consider.
Yeah, that is a huge range. Even just on February 18th, the stock bounced between $1.78 and $2.01.
Right.
What's causing these rapid-fire shifts in price?
Well, it's a combination of factors. From a technical standpoint, trading above both the 50-day $1.80.098 and the 200-day moving average $1.78.23 is generally positive. These averages kind of give us a sense of the stock's price trend over time. However, the 14-day Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is sitting at 77.6. This puts it in overbought territory.
So it sounds like the stock might be due for a correction?
It's a possibility. An RSI above 70 often suggests the stock's price has risen too quickly and might be poised for a pullback. Adding to that cautious sentiment is the Fear and Greed Index at 39, indicating fear in the market. This index measures investor sentiment. And right now, it suggests hesitation around PACB.
So mixed signals from the technical indicators. Let's shift to their financials.
Sure.
PACB brought in $200,521,000 in revenue. But their earnings per share are negative at negative 1.58. So they're not actually turning a profit yet.
That's right. And a key factor is their Revio system. There were high hopes for it, but sales and usage haven't met expectations. This has kind of created a domino effect, leading to procurement delays and funding uncertainties. Particularly in the U.S. and China, international markets are also showing some weakness.
So not a great picture financially. But the source did mention new product launches planned for 2025. With projected revenue between $155 million and $170 million. Could this be their turnaround story?
It's certainly a possibility. New products can inject life into a company's financials. But it's crucial to remember that these are just projections, and the actual results could differ. Investors need to approach this with cautious optimism.
That's a good point. Now let's talk about some of the positive news I was reading about, promising study findings using their hi-fi long-read sequencing technology. What exactly is this technology and why is it significant?
Hi-fi sequencing is PACB's core strength. Imagine trying to read a long, complex sentence. But you can only see a few letters at a time. It's difficult to understand the full meaning. Short-read sequencing technologies kind of face a similar issue when analyzing DNA. Hi-fi sequencing, however, reads much longer stretches of DNA, providing a more complete and accurate picture. It's like reading the entire sentence. Giving researchers valuable insights into genetic variations and complexities.
So hi-fi sequencing is like having a more powerful lens for studying DNA. No wonder it's generating excitement. And this positive research was even validated in a study published in Nature Genetics, a very prestigious journal. Plus, they're expanding into new markets, becoming the first to offer the Revio system in Canada.
Absolutely. These developments highlight the potential of their technology. And speaking of positive momentum, they recently appointed David Ruggiero as Global Head of Sales and Service. He brings a wealth of experience and could be instrumental in driving global adoption.
It seems like a smart move. And to top it off, Kathy Wood's ARK investment, a major player in the investment world, has been increasing their stake in PACB. That's a pretty big vote of confidence.
It certainly suggests that some prominent investors see long-term potential in PACB, despite the current challenges. However, we can't ignore the competitive landscape. Companies like Illumina and Oxford Nanopore are formidable rivals in the sequencing market.
This is where it is really interesting. We have these positive developments creating buzz, but also the reality of competition and financial hurdles. What does this mean for someone considering PACB as an investment?
From a purely technical perspective, the recommendation is currently a hold. The mixed signals from the indicators,
Okay.
particularly that overbought RS, I suggest caution is warranted.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, technical analysis is only one piece of the puzzle.
Right. It's like having a map but not knowing the terrain.
Exactly.
You need more information to make an informed decision.
You need to consider their financial performance, their potential for growth within this competitive landscape,
Right.
and most importantly, your own risk tolerance. Investing in any stock, especially in a dynamic field like genomics, requires careful consideration.
Very good point. Hashtag TTS, the Deep Dive episode 2025-18. Part 2 of 3.
That's the key takeaway here. It's about understanding the full picture. Now, let's delve deeper into one of those pieces, the potential impact of artificial intelligence on PACB's future.
AI, the hot topic everyone's talking about. How could it affect a company focused on long-read DNA sequencing?
AI is transforming countless industries, and genomics is no exception. It's being used to analyze vast data sets, identify patterns, and potentially even speed up drug discovery. How PACB chooses to leverage or compete with these advancements will be crucial to their success.
So it could be both a powerful tool and a potential disruptor.
Exactly. On one hand, AI can significantly enhance PACB's technology. Think about the massive amounts of data generated by long-read sequencing. I can help make sense of it all, identifying genetic variations that might be missed by traditional methods. This could be particularly valuable for personalized medicine and diagnosing rare diseases.
It's like having a superpowered research assistant that can sift through mountains of data and pinpoint the most important findings.
Precisely, AI can also be used to develop new algorithms and tools to optimize the sequencing process itself, making it faster, more accurate, and more cost-effective. This could give PACB a significant competitive edge.
That sounds promising. But you mentioned potential disruption. How could AI negatively impact PACB?
Well, one concern is that AI-powered platforms could become so sophisticated that they make PACB's specialized hardware less relevant. If researchers can get the insights they need purely through AI analysis, they might not need the physical sequencing machines as much.
So it's a double-edged sword. AI could enhance PACB's technology, but also potentially undermine their business model.
Exactly. And it's not just about the technology itself. AI is also changing the landscape of drug discovery, and diagnostics companies are using AI to identify new drug targets, predict patient responses to treatment, and develop more personalized therapies. PACB needs to find ways to integrate their technology into this evolving ecosystem.
It seems like PACB is at a crossroads. They're facing challenges in the short term, but they're also operating in a field with tremendous potential, especially as AI continues to advance.
I agree. Their ability to adapt, innovate, and form strategic partnerships that leverage AI while maintaining their unique strengths in long-read sequencing will be key to their future success.
Let's focus on those strengths. What makes PACB's long-read sequencing technology stand out from the competition? We mentioned it's gaining importance in fields like genome assembly and isoform analysis. Can you break those down for us?
Of course, genome assembly is like piecing together a giant, complex jigsaw puzzle. Instead of a picture, you're trying to reconstruct an organism's entire genome from millions of tiny DNA fragments. Traditionally, this has been done with short-read sequencing, where you only get small snippets of DNA at a time.
Like trying to solve a puzzle with minuscule pieces, it sounds incredibly challenging.
It can be, especially when dealing with repetitive sequences or structural variations in DNA. That's where long-read sequencing shines. It can read much longer stretches of DNA, making it easier to assemble the genome accurately and identify those tricky structural variations that short-read sequencing might miss.
So it's like having bigger puzzle pieces, making the assembly process more manageable. What about isoform analysis?
Genes can produce different versions of themselves, called isoforms. Think of it like different outfits for the same person. Each isoform might have a slightly different function in the body.
So the same gene can essentially dress up for different roles depending on what's needed.
Exactly. Short-read sequencing can have trouble distinguishing between these isoforms, especially if they're very similar. But long-read sequencing can capture the entire isoform sequence at once, making it much easier to differentiate them and understand their individual functions.
It seems like long-read sequencing is giving us a much more complete and nuanced understanding of the genome, revealing complexities we might have previously missed.
Precisely. And this has profound implications for research diagnostics and ultimately the development of new and more personalized treatments for a wide range of diseases.
This brings us back to PACB's financial outlook, which has been a bit shaky. Do you think these advantages in long-read sequencing are enough to propel them to future success?
It's definitely possible. The demand for long-read sequencing is growing rapidly, and PACB is well-positioned to capitalize on this growth. However, they need to execute their strategy effectively. That means continuing to innovate, improving the cost-effectiveness of their technology, and building strong partnerships with key players in the industry.
And, of course, keeping a close eye on that AI revolution and finding ways to integrate it into their game plan.
Absolutely. The genomics landscape is constantly evolving. To thrive in this exciting but competitive environment, PACB needs to be nimble and adaptable. Hashtag TCS, the Deep Dive episode 2025-02-18, part 3 of 3.
So it's not just about potential financial gains, but also about being part of something that could have a real impact on the world.
Precisely, PACB's technology has the potential to help us understand and treat diseases in ways we never thought possible. That's a powerful factor to consider when evaluating any investment opportunity.
Absolutely. With all the uncertainties surrounding PACB, would you still consider them a company to watch?
Without a doubt. Their journey is far from over. They have innovative technology, they're attracting significant investors, and they're operating in a field with enormous potential. It'll be fascinating to see how they navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
Well said. That wraps up our look at Pacific Biosciences of California, ticker symbol PACB. We hope you found this discussion insightful.
Remember, this is just a starting point. We encourage you to conduct your own thorough research, consider your investment goals and risk tolerance, and determine whether PACB aligns with your investment strategy.
And don't forget to subscribe to Investing Talk Podcast, share this episode with your fellow investors, and leave us a comment with your thoughts on PACB. We appreciate your listenership and always enjoy hearing from you. Until next time, happy investing.